Good morning, student. How are you? I hope everyone is happy. God bless you and your family. I welcome everyone back to my class. In the previous section, we saw about the cell. What is meant by cell? Cell is the structural and functional unit of living organism. We cannot live without cells. All living things are made up of cells. The prokaryotic organism made up of one cell. Prokaryotic, for example, bacteria. And then eukaryotic organism, it's made up of more cells. Eukaryotic, for example, plants and animals. Every organ in the body, it's made up of cells. And we also saw who invented cells. The first one, Robert Hooke and Anton Leeuwenhoek. The next one, difference between animal cells and plant cells. Structurally, plant and animal cells very similar because there are both eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic means multicellular organism. They both containing membrane-bounded organelles such as the nucleus, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosome, and proximums. Both also contain similar membrane, cytosol and cytoskeletal elements. Plant cells can be larger than animal cells. The normal range for an animal cells from 10 to 30 micrometer, while that for the plant cell stretched from 10 to 100 micrometers. The next one, nucleus. The cell nucleus is a membrane-bounded structure that containing the cell hereditary information and control its growth and reproduction. It is command center of the eukaryotic cells and is usually the most notable cell organelle in the both size and functions. Your mother always told you, eat your breakfast. Breakfast is the meal of champions. It is the right way to start your day. When you wake up hungry, giving you the energy you need to tackle all your do-the list. But while you are feeding yourself, did you know you're also feeding yourselves? Your cells might not have the taste buds to appreciate the authentic Vermont maple syrup you put on your pancake this morning. Taste bud means taste bud present inside the tongues, but they do appreciate the sugar. The cell in your body use the food you eat as a way to get the energy they need to get through the day. They do this through the cellular respirations, a process that convert food into usable chemical energy in your cells. Cellular respiration means cell convert sugar into energy. Does your cell eat pancakes? Not exactly. But once the food is broken down by your digestive system means stomach, molecules from the food are transported to your cells for use. Many cells, including those in animals, fungi, and plant, containing mitochondria. So today we are going to discuss about mitochondria. What are mitochondria and what do they do? The powerhouse of the cell, that is, how many people know mitochondria? Every living thing is made up of cells, the tiny compartment containing by the membrane. Cells are the smallest things that can produce themselves. When we look inside cells, we see that they have the subcompartment that are smaller, still known as organelles, which perform different functions that are essential for the cell to live. Mitochondria are organelles found in the cell of every complex organism. Every complex organism means every multicellular organism. They produce about 90% of the chemical energy that cells need to survive. No energy, no life. So it is easy to see why when mitochondria go wrong, the serious diseases are the result, and why it is the important we understand how mitochondria work. Mitochondria. Mitochondria are known as powerhouse of the cell. The organelles it's responsible for the protections of energy in a cell, its mitochondria. This is the most vital part of the cells as it is that take the food and they make energy for the other part of the cells. Structure of mitochondria. Mitochondria are small, often between 0.75 and 3 micrometers, and are not visible under the microscope unless they are stained. Mitochondria are shaped perfectly to maximize their productivity. They are made up of three membranes: outer membrane, inner membrane, and cristae. Mitochondria are double membrane bounded organelles, which means they have two set of membranes. So mitochondria has two layers, outer and inner layer. Outer layer or outer membrane. Outer membrane smooth and permeable. Permeable meaning that small molecules, for example, liquid and gases can pass freely through the any directions. Permeability, how glucose molecules go into the mitochondria, and how ATP means adenotriphosphate molecules move from the mitochondria into the rest of the cells. The inner membrane is less smooth. It folded many times, increasing the surface area and allowed for higher rate of ATP protections. Surface means outside. ATP means chemicals. The inner membrane is less permeable than the outer membrane because the inner membrane only oxygen and ATP molecules allowed through. The space formed by the fold of the inner membrane is known as cristae, and is the cristae that are reaction to produce ATP and take place. The cristae produce chemical energy take place. Did you ever wonder how plants breathe, drink, eat, and grow? They carry out this function just like us, yet in different ways. One category of specialized organelles that our plants use in order to survive is plastids. So now we are going to discuss about plastids. Plastids are double membrane. Double membrane means two single layers. So double membrane bounded organelles found inside plants and some algae, which are primarily responsible for activity related to making and storing food. Many plastids are photosynthetic, but some are not. Some of the most common plastids including the first one chloroplast and second one chromoplast and third one leucoplast. Once again, the first one chloroplastids and second one chromoplastids and third one leucoplastids. Types and functions of plastids. The chloroplasts are probably the most known of the plastids. These are responsible for photosynthesis. The chloroplast filled with the thylakoid, which is the where photosynthesis occur under chlorophyll. While there are three types of plastids, the one of you really need to be familiar with is the chloroplast. Their job is to absorb sunlight and use it to produce glucose, a simple sugar. The process in which chloroplast convert sunlight into sugar is called photosynthesis. Chloroplasts are also reason why plants are green. They contain a pigment called chlorophyll which is green. We also need to talk about the parts of a chloroplast. Let's look at a picture first. This picture shows a chloroplast look like a green potato. Yes, with part of the top covered off so we can see the inside. Here what is inside? Inside chloroplast. Chloroplast have stalks of pancake-like sacs. Sacs means hollow, flexible structures resembling bag or pouch. A single pancake is called a thylakoid. Everyone know the pancake? A stalk of this thylakoid is called granum, plural grana. The thylakoid are green because this is where chlorophyll is stored. There is a watery liquid surrounding all of the stalks. This liquid is called stroma. It is important to know this part of the chloroplast because the different part of the photosynthesis reaction occur in each location. What are the plastids? Plastids are a group of suck-like organelles. Organelles means, for example, mitochondria, Golgi bodies, endoplasmic reticulum, vacuoles, nucleus, some things are found in plant cells. They all have double membrane. Double membrane means two single layer and conveniently named at the end is plast. There are three types of plastids. Already I told chloroplast, chromoplast and leucoplast. In general, plastids are responsible for the protection and storage of pigment or food in plant cells. Here a quick look at each plastid and its function in the plant cells. And second part, chromoplast. Chromoplast are what the name describes, a place for the pigment to be stored and synthesized in the plants. These are found in the flowering plant, fruits and leaves. The chloroplast change into chromoplast. There are the carotenoid pigment. Carotenoid means yellow, orange, red or fat soluble pigment. Carotenoid gives color to the plant's part such as the ripe tomato and autumn leaves. There are the carotenoid pigment here that allow for the different color you see in fruits and the fall leaves. One of the main reason for this structure and the color to attract pollinator. Pollinator, for example, animals. Animals that moves pollen grain from anther to stigma of a flower. The third one, leucoplast. Leucoplast are the non-pigmented organelles. Unlike the other we have talked about, leucoplast have no color at all. They are found in the non-photosynthetic part of the plant such as the root. Root cannot prepare their own food. Depending on what the plants need, they may become essentially just storage shed for starch, lipid and proteins. There are more readily used for synthesizing amino acid and fatty acid. Leucoplasts are further subdivided in three parts. The first one amyloplast and second one proteinoplast and third one eleoplast. Amyloplast are the largest of the three and are charged with storing starch. Then there are the proteinoplast that help to store the protein that a plant need and are typically found in seed. Finally, the eleoplast are used to store fat and oil that are needed by the plants. When you are asked to clean up your rooms, where do you put all of your clothes and toys? In a closet, in a dresser, in a toy chest. A cell needs a place to keep things too. That is the job of a vacuole. A vacuole is a store area for all cells. It can store food, water, or anything else a cell may need to survive. A vacuole look a lot like a water balloon. There is a thin outer layer called a membrane, holding everything inside. Vacuoles collect hold into all sorts of material for a cell, including food and water. Sometimes a vacuole hold waste or bad things as well. Imagine a vacuum cleaning of mess. This is the great way to remember what a vacuole does. Think of the letter V for vacuum, a vacuole, suck of materials to hold into for the cell. Vacuoles can be large or small. Sometimes they can take up most of the room inside of the cell. The number of the vacuoles in a cell can vary as well. Some cells can have many vacuoles, while others have no large central vacuoles. Where can I find vacuoles? Both plant and animal cells have vacuole, but they look very different. Animal cells have many small vacuoles, but plant cells have large vacuoles. This because the vacuoles in plant cell store a lot of water. This can almost fill up the entire cell, which helped hold the plant cell upright, the giving shape. Functions of vacuole. The first point, it maintains the shape of the cells. Vacuole maintain the shape of the cells. Second one, vacuole maintain the balance of the water in the cell. Then vacuole store enzyme, food, water and salt. If you ever had a cut or scrap, you've seen that it doesn't last forever, right? After a few days or maybe a week, you have new skin and all traces of the cut are gone. How did this happen? Well, your body ability to heal itself depends entirely on a process called cell divisions. Cell division is the process of the one cell dividing in two. When you get a cut cell in and below your skin, divide to fix the wound and make a new skin. Without cell division, we wouldn't make it very fair. The cell in our body, like the skin cells, are a types of cell called eukaryotic. Eukaryotic cells have the special part called the nucleus that hold DNA. They also have the other structure that are important for cell function that prokaryotics do not have. What is prokaryotes? Well, animal, plant and fungi cell are all are eukaryotic, but bacteria are prokaryotic, meaning they have no nucleus. Their DNA float freely around the cell. The cell division is required for reproduction, growth, the maintenance of the body, and the healing of wound. The life of the higher organism starts from the single cell called zygote, which is formed by the fusions of a male cell and a female cell. The single cell divided in two cells into four cells, and so on. Thus, the zygote grow into an embryo, the embryo into a baby, and a baby into an adult. Cells are the building blocks of life, and cell division is the basic features of life. But simple unicellular organism like amoeba, one cell divisions reproduce the entire organism. On the large scale, cell division can create offspring from multicellular organism, such as the plant that grow from cuttings. Today I give 10 new words. The first one, mitochondria. Second one, plastids. Third one, stroma. Fourth one, thylakoid. Fifth one, grana. Sixth one, cristae. Seventh one, matrix. Eighth one, zygote. Ninth one, chlorophyll, and 10th one leucoplast. Once again, the first one mitochondria, second one plastids, third one stroma, fourth one thylakoid, fifth one grana, sixth one cristae, seventh one matrix, eighth one zygote, ninth one chlorophyll, 10th one leucoplast. Today biology assignment, answer the following. Read all 3 questions. Thank you.